This is Ashley Jones coming at you with an entirely new video and entirely new topics today. So give me a thumbs up if you're here. The chat room is always open, and I look forward to seeing all of you today. So, uh, right now, I'm going to get into a very interesting new topic. As you know, I always used to take Amtrak to all my trips to Disneyland and to different areas. Well, because of the issues that were happening with the Metro A line or Blue line, as it used to be the L line or the Gold line for Metro, um, it got really, really bad on there, unfortunately, because of crime rates. The Metro Ambassador program I thought was going to fix a lot of issues, but it doesn't really look like it. And there's a lot of homeless issues on the train. Sadly, there was a stabbing not too long ago on the Metro L line. Now A line, sorry. And I just really cannot believe that a homeless person strangled and hit somebody on the train. That really struck fear into me, and now I will no longer take it. Hold on a second. Hi, Mom. Do you need me to take anything out to, like to? Oh, okay. Uh, let me see. Let me guess what we're having for dinner tonight. Oh, lasagna. Okay, give me a cuisine. I bet I can get it. Okay, just give me a cuisine type. Come on. Hamburgers, meatloaf, uh, uh, chicken, steak. Give me another hint. No, give me another hint. Oh, come on. Oh, all right. Um, see you later. Bye. Sorry, the video kind of got interrupted. If you heard the conversation between my mom and I'm really sorry. But she called from work and I needed to answer her call. Anyhow, so let's get into this video. So with the Metrolink, I'm going to start taking Metrolink starting on November 6th. November 6th is National Ridership Day for people with autism and other special needs to start going on public transportation together on all rail systems, including Metrolink. So please, if you have somebody you know with special needs, or you have special needs just like I do, then you can get on to any of those services and learn how to take the train. So my itinerary for this, sorry I'm moving. I'm actually reaching for my notebook so I can give you my itinerary for November 6th for this ridership day. I'm also going to be telling you what to expect because this is my first time as well. I'm a little bit nervous. I've never taken Metrolink before, and it's going to be totally different for me too. Just to remind you again, the chat room is open. So if anybody would like to answer or ask any questions, talk, uh, you know, talk about transportation or their fears, I'm here for you, and I'm here for anybody who is new to all of this transportation here in Los Angeles, especially, because that's, of course, where in those lines I am. So for Metrolink, I'm going to start on the San Bernardino line to, and then go take the Orange County line. So I do have to make one transfer to Los Angeles Union Station from Covina. So let me find my page and we will get started. I will be looking down at my notebook periodically and looking back up so that I can talk to you about my route. So, and you're going to hear some ruffling of some pages too. So, first, I would like to say welcome to this tutorial, and I'll try to do the best I can to answer any questions that might come up. So, what to know about taking the Metrolink from Covina to Union Station and then Union Station to Buena Park. So, only one ticket is required for this trip. Metrolink is for a free transfer at Union Station. Sorry for the stuttering. I didn't know I was going to do that. Sometimes that happens. So only one ticket is needed. You get your ticket by either going to the Metrolink ticket machines or on the Metrolink app. So you're doing it from the Metrolink app, either download it on the Google Play Store or on Apple. I guess it would be Apple Store or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about Apple. But once you know what your destination is, so Buena Park would be my destination, and then I go put Buena Park in for my destination to go to. Covina to Buena Park. Don't forget that step if you're doing this too. Then you'll put, if you have a Medicare card, and you must, to use the senior or disabled fare. Don't forget that. And then you also will need to understand about using debit, credit, or cash, or coins if you even have that much money in coins. It'll be $4.25. After you put your money into either the machine or purchase your ticket on the Metrolink app, then you're set and ready to go. Your ticket is only valid for that day on Metrolink. Metrolink sadly does not do advanced tickets like Amtrak does. That's the only downside of Metrolink. Otherwise, it's a very easy service so far. After you have your ticket, you would immediately go by and look at the train map at Los Angeles Union Station once you get there. But at Covina, you may need to realize that there are a couple tracks at Covina. You are to pick track number 1, the main track, if you are going from Covina to Buena Park for that destination. Then, once the train arrives, and you know which time you're going, you are to board that train and take your seats. And also, make sure you have your ticket and your Medicare card so the conductor can make sure you're valid and you're not, trying to get a free ride on the train. Because that's not going to work on Metrolink. You will need a fare. And they're very, very careful like they are on Amtrak about making sure people pay. So then the actual itinerary for November 6th is going to be how to find my train number at this. Like I said, go to track number 1 in Covina. Then go, and the train number is number 381. 381. Departs at 6:54 a.m. from Covina, and you must arrive 15 to 20 minutes early to acquaint yourself with your surroundings at this station. One wrong move might get you on the wrong train and the wrong destination, or you might miss your train and get stranded. You don't want any one of those whatsoever. Don't be late. Ride from Covina, Covina to Union Station. So then 7:29 I'm going to arrive at Union Station. 7:29 a.m. Yes, this is a very early trip, and unfortunately I couldn't do anything about it because in order to get to where I need to be near Knott's Berry Farm, I couldn't be late because Knott's Berry Farm that day has a shorter day that day. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's not a late Knott's Berry Farm day. And I wish it was, but sometimes they close later. Once at Union Station, I need to acquaint myself with the track and not leave the depot unless I have enough time to go get myself something to drink. Maybe not really go to the bathroom unless you're desperate at Union Station, because sadly, Union Station has horrible bathrooms. They're taken up by the homeless and people who have sadly, like I said in another video, I was around a lady that was doing drugs in the bathroom. That was the shock of my life, and I hope I never ever see that again. So only if you're desperate do you ever want to use the bathroom at Union Station. Then, once it's time to go up to the track and I got my drink or went to the bathroom or whatever I needed to do, I go and wait on track 10B. 10B. Don't go to any other track because you won't be on the right track. And you'll be on the wrong train before you can say okay. So 10B. At 8:29, after being on the train for a little while, I will arrive at Buena Park Station. Buena Park is a really nice area, more than it used to be. There are a couple situations to where you're going to want to be aware of your surroundings. There are sadly, some homeless, not exactly in the proximity where Knott's is, but around some of the hotel hubs. And I bet sadly by the train stations. But they can't get on the Metrolink. So they're screwed on that. So then after I get where I need to be at the Buena Park station, I'm going to go get a bite to eat when I go because it's going to be early and I'm going to be hungry. I know that I'm going to want to go get something a little more fulfilling than a bowl of cereal so I can keep my energy up until Knott's Berry Farm opens at 10 a.m. So I'm most likely going to go to Black Bear Diner. And that's about a 5-minute drive or a lift ride from the Buena Park station. And it's pretty close to Knott's Berry Farm, too. It's actually on Knott Avenue, named for Walter Knott. and his wife Cordelia. So, in that sense, you will be very close to Knott's Berry Farm. And if you're leaving Black Bear Diner, just take Lyft. And it will cost you about $6 to $7 to take Lyft to Knott's Berry Farm from there. Arrive about 20 minutes before the park opens, maybe a little bit more, because you'll want to avoid the lines as much as possible at Knott's. And for those going to Knott's Berry Farm with special needs and going in to get your disability pass, you go in and get your disability pass, telling them that you have trouble with stairs, waiting in lines, etc. For me, stairs have always been a hassle for me, and I don't do very well at that. So I always tell them stairs are just not for me. And they're very, very kind and accommodating about it. And I'm very thankful that Knott's and Disneyland have been very honest and open with me and very, very courteous. I've never had trouble and I've never been denied. So I'm very thankful for Knott's and Disneyland for their customer service to those with special needs. After I've got my disability paper, that has the times on it so they can write down what time you can board and what kind of ride you're going on. Go to your first ride. Start realizing that depending on which area you might go into, some of the rides sadly are not open at Knott's Berry Farm. Montezuma's Revenge is still not being worked on. It's just sitting there. They haven't done anything to it in a long time. And it's very apparent that I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but other YouTube bloggers have said it looks like Montezuma may officially not reopen. It's very, very sad, and it's apparent that the ride, I would love it to reopen. I love Montezuma's Revenge, but apparently it had a lot of issues for being such an old launch coaster. It was put in, I believe, in 1976. So that's a long time ago. So it's apparent now that almost being a 50-year-old coaster, it's beginning to show signs of wear and tear. And it's very sad that we might lose that ride. Camp Snoopy also has areas that are under refurbishment. Timberline Twister and Camp Bus have been sadly removed. Um, Del Sol Spin is still under refurbishment. I don't know what they're doing to Del Sol Spin, but I could really hope that it will open soon. It's apparent to me that Knott's is also like Disneyland in the sense that there are some stuff that is starting to wear down. When you're at a theme park, you realize that so many people go on the rides every day. There's issues with the rides because of their age. And it's just wear and tear on these rides. It gets very, very difficult for some of these rides as they get older to maintain, their safety record, their, you know, durability. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong with theme park rides. And they constantly need to be worked on as much as possible to maintain them. Anyway, after careful consideration for things as well, I realized Buena Park and taking the Metrolink to it was a much better idea than trying to take the Amtrak to Anaheim and then transferring over to Knott's Berry Farm. Why waste, time and effort by going to another area and then taking Lyft, which indeed will cost more money. So going to the actual city on Metrolink in Buena Park was a lot more of a feasible option, and I'll always do it like this now. So, if anybody has any questions for me so far, please let me know because your questions and my, answers to you should be pretty valuable. I would love to talk to other guests and people on YouTube that would like to know more about transportation and theme parks. And I'm really glad I got to talk to you today. So have a great day, Disneylanders with special needs. Bye.